Hey guys, welcome to That Florida Feeling. I hope everybody's had a good week. I'm glad that we all drink beer on the beach, because there's nothing else to do apparently. Sorry for the late episode this week, audio issues and such. But today I have a really cool topic. I actually have two really important people to me. I have Alex. Say hi.
Hi.
And Ambrose.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about a topic that I feel is really relevant today. You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yes. Pretty super relevant, super important, something that needs to be talked about. And they're going to name the topic. Come on.
Shall I go? Yeah,
yes.
You should go.
Growing up gay in Florida.
There we go. I'm letting them name this because they're agreeing to talk to me about this. So, that's what we're going to talk about today, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So, do you feel that growing up that way in Florida was challenging at all?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
What was your biggest challenge?
Okay, so essentially, when you're in Florida, it's just a bunch of, put it lightly, it's a bunch of old white people, because immigrating from, north to south.
Yep.
So it's just oh, okay. And every time you try to represent yourself, it's just kind of like a big shutdown from people like that, and it's just oh, great.
Okay, all right. You agree on this?
Conservative views kind of make it hard to properly express yourself.
Okay.
Especially when you're proud of who you are, and it's
And you should be.
Yeah, and I want to, show you who I am, and instead you get kind of put down for certain things. In certain environments, but other places you can find, your people and be comfortable, but yeah, most of the time it's...
So growing up and, we'll say, finding yourself, becoming who you want to be, being who you are, all those things apply. What was the biggest thing that helped you when you figured out who you were? Whoever wants to go.
I'm going to take it. So, I'm still trying to figure out who I am, really.
Okay.
For a fact, I'm never going back straight. It's just a
right,
well-known thing.
You know what? It doesn't matter if you don't know what you are, but at least you know what you're not. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's never going back to cis after that.
All right.
But I'm still finding out myself, gender-wise, and I'm content with how I am now. I know that I'm not just
one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just experimenting, still trying to figure things out, but I feel better than I was earlier in life. I feel a lot more out and be oh wow.
You're not constricted to feminism or masculine, or you're somewhere in that whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
Why don't you explain that really quick? Because I know you had to explain it to me. So you use the pronouns they them.
Yes.
Okay. And since this is the thing I struggle with, I'm not going to call you ma'am or sir. Mm-hmm. What's that middle ground that I can call you?
You can call me Mix, MX.
Mix.
Yes.
I know you've told me this, but I want you to say it to people, because I've said it and somebody looked at me strange, what? I'm okay, so you're a he or she. I get that now. Don't worry about it. So that's what you prefer to be, is mix.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then in social situations, same thing.
Yeah.
Always they, them.
They, them. That person. You can refer to me as a trash can. I'll respond. It's a very open book.
Okay, all right. What's that Sesame Street name? Not Grover. I'm gonna figure that name out. And that's
it's the green little monster.
Yeah,
who's
Oscar. Oscar the Grouch. All right, I'm gonna call you Oscar, man. All right,
gotcha.
All right, that's your new name for me. It's not Ambrose. It's Oscar.
Gotcha.
All right, and then so for you, what was your biggest thing that helped you along or figured out?
So I kind of figured out. Or I started questioning who I was pretty, I guess, later in my teen years.
Okay.
I had a friend that came out as bisexual, and she was telling me about her experiences, and I was thinking back to, when I was young and some of the habits that I had, and I was wow, this kind of, applies to me. This isn't just, appreciation of my own gender. This is something more. I'm a bisexual she-her, so I had a boyfriend, and I came out to him, and he didn't really support me, so then we broke up, and I kind of got to talk to my friend who came out, and my best friend Ambrose here, and kind of do my own research, and figured out, who I was, and what I liked, and what I didn't like, and I think, definitely the internet is a great resource if you don't have anyone else to turn to.
Okay.
But definitely your friends and family who have been there, done that, kind of.
Okay, so definitely look to people who've done it, or talk to somebody.
For sure.
All right, now say your family's not as welcoming. All right, that's towards neither of you guys, because I know that there's a lot of people out there. Mm-hmm. I even have friends who have family that's not quite welcoming to their choice of what they want to be. So, internet, friends, any other resources you can point people to, guys, especially in Florida, because like you said, conservative old-ass white people.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't really foresee there being a lot of communities that are out there about it.
And I think a lot, like, I adore my mom. She's an angel. Everyone knows that they can turn to her, but she's very much like, oh yeah, gay people, but not my children. So even that is a little difficult, so I get that.
Yeah.
What about you?
I 100% fully support Google, obviously with like a certain extent.
Yeah.
When I was just like, dang, I really don't like being to this gender non-binary binary thing. So I was just like, okay, crap, I guess I have to look stuff into it. Okay. So I just started searching, looking on Google, and I was like, okay, non-binary, bigender, agender, all these other things, and I was like, okay, that's cool. That makes no sense.
Right? Like, what am I reading here?
What's this thing called?
Yeah.
You do have to have a little bit of patience with it whenever you do want to like search for things or ask for help. Like, you also have to make sure you're not pushing yourself out of your own boundaries or having other people push you out of those boundaries, because it's your life.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the one who's being suffocated into it. Like, it's you be you.
You have to be comfortable in yourself. Absolutely. So you both just graduated high school. Mm-hmm. Congrats on that.
Class of 2022.
There you go. Going to some cool schools. Do you feel that you had any resources in high school?
Oh, 100%.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
what were they?
I always went to my school music teachers, and I also went to a therapist at school.
Okay.
So those are like my main things. Like, I love my music teachers to pieces. I still talk to them.
Okay.
They helped me through a lot my years in high school. But yeah, those are my supportive people.
What about you?
I obviously fostered relationships with certain teachers too. They were very supportive of me, especially when I was going through the breakup and like kind of trying to figure out who I was and what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But for our school specifically, we had a GSA, which was a Gay Straight Alliance Club.
Very cool. Okay.
The teacher who ran that was very open about her sexuality and students like coming out to themselves and their families and friends. So I definitely, if I knew that I had any questions at all, I could definitely go to her.
Yeah. So you definitely felt like you had resources.
Yes.
You weren't.
Yes.
Yep. See, I grew up. I'm old, years ago, and that wasn't something you talked about. There was definitely no clubs. You didn't really tell anybody. In fact, this is really sad. Where I'm from in the South, there was a lot of suicides because people couldn't handle it. So I think it's really cool that you guys do have these school relationships, teachers, friends, everybody that you can really talk to. Now, outside of your school, because now that you've graduated and life is changing and you're going to new places, do you feel that your community has stuff that you can really...
Absolutely. So, I'm not going to disclose any exact locations here, but...
That's fine.
In a certain city in the state of Florida, we have actually the largest Pride celebrations in the entire state of Florida.
That just happened, I know.
Yep. Yeah. So St. Pete Pride.
Yep.
The gay community here is very...
It's amazing.
Very open,
It is,
very inclusive.
Booming.
Yes, absolutely.
No, it's great. And it's growing towards north. Like, I see a lot more in Dunedin. Mm-hmm. Definitely Clearwater. Although, St. Pete, Kenwood is a really cool area.
Yes.
The older historic part.
Yep.
That's a really cool area. But, yeah, so you feel that this has helped you guys figure out who you are...
Absolutely.
Meet the community.
I don't think I have ever been showered with so many compliments in one evening. Oh my gosh.
Oh, when you were at downtown?
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure if I grew up in any, like, conservative state that was just like, oh yeah, no, it's not gonna fly here, I probably would still be in the closet to, like, almost everyone.
No, yeah.
I just feel like...
I understand that. So community is definitely important.
Absolutely.
Friends are important.
Yes.
If your family doesn't, you'll make your own family.
Yep.
Yeah,
so... Yeah, Alex kind of counting. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
I had to. Come on. So that was your biggest challenge, was basically coming out and figuring out who you were.
Yes.
What was your, when you figured it out, because I know everybody figures it out at their own different time. What was the easiest thing about it, though? I'm asking you hard questions, I know.
I know. I thought I was going to answer, like, questions that were 9 plus 9 or something.
I can do that. What is 9 plus 9? I like how Alex already gave away.
Literally been out of school for, like, what, 2 months? Come on.
That doesn't mean that anybody paid attention when they were there.
Exactly.
Come on now.
The program.
No.
I don't really know what the easiest part was. I think, like, the easiest part was probably just, like, okay, I know that something here is off. Like, you just know something's off, and that's
Doesn't
like probably
feel right.
it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right, and then you just know that it doesn't feel right, and that's probably like the easiest part to like figure out. Like, okay, something isn't right here.
Yeah.
You don't know what puzzle pieces go where. You don't know what shape goes in which like other shape hole thing.
Yeah.
But like you just know it's just not clicking yet.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously it takes time, but like that's probably the easiest part when you know there's like something's not
You've
right
you've
yet.
identified that it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely identifying that, you know, you're different than what your cishet counterparts kind of shove down your throat. But for me, honestly, I think
Sorry, hold on. Okay, I get cis, I get cisgender. I'm older than you,
Okay.
and I'm used to South
Okay.
Park, so all I'm thinking of is the episode with Cartman, who wants his own bathroom, and he's like, I'm gonna be a girl now. I'm gonna be, and I don't remember the name he says, just to get his own private bathroom, and then all he keeps running around is, you cisgendered people! So that's all I'm thinking. I'm sorry.
So
No, don't watch that
cisgender-
episode. It is not a nice episode. Do not watch that episode, but go ahead.
Okay, so cisgender basically means, like, you identify with your federally assigned gender.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for explaining that.
Yes.
I realized I didn't explain that, so thank you.
So for me, honestly, it was kind of expressing myself after I realized that I was bisexual.
Okay.
I think, like, buying the clothes that I actually wanted to wear and wearing the jewelry that I wanted to wear.
But
and,
you didn't want to wear a dress every day.
and cutting my hair the way that I wanted to. I think, yeah.
You didn't
Yeah.
want to keep your hair all the way down to your butt still?
No.
Not a preference?
I think definitely.
I just cut mine from that. I can't. I
It's
agree. I'm
liberating.
sorry. No, like
Once
it's
you do
liberating.
it, you can't stop.
Plus, it's Florida. It's hot as
It's
hell.
so hot. Yeah.
It's so hot.
Like
No.
we're lucky we didn't buzz our heads. I know all three of us in that boat. Like goodbye. It's going.
But yeah, definitely after I came out and I broke up with my boyfriend and
Who
like,
was a total dick.
yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely. That's a
Hate
whole
him.
other story.
Not a fan of that one. Moving on.
But like after I realized that I can be who I want to be,
Yeah.
I think expressing myself that way was way easier because instead of wondering, oh, would my boyfriend like these pants that I want to buy, or like would
Yeah.
or was cuffing my jeans like considered gay? Because I used to be like kind of teased about that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't care about those things anymore, and I could
Good.
like act and dress the way that I wanted to dress, and I think that was honestly the easiest part because it's kind
Great.
of like breaking it down and
You can
let
just
it-
do whatever the hell you want.
Exactly. Yep.
I think that's the worst part is I think that there are social norms. Like I still hear about the earring thing. Who gives
Oh,
a fuck
yeah.
what ear holes?
Yeah,
Sorry.
who cares?
Adult content. Who gives a shit who cares? Maybe you did it in your left ear because you're left-handed. Maybe you did it in the right ear because you're right-handed. Maybe you just forgot and didn't care.
Yep.
Stuff like that. I
Maybe
think
your
that
earring fell out in
Yeah.
someone's hair.
right. God, y'all. Okay, moving on. But no, I don't. I think that the stupid social norms about clothing or about what you listen to
Yeah.
or what you look like or what. Did you just break your arm on the desk?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask.
There's a key in here and I hit my arm on it.
Don't lose that. I don't know where it goes. Don't lose that. But no. So I think that's one cool thing is that I've seen, especially when I was younger too. There's a lot more acceptance of wear whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. I think like even in the last few years, like
Oh,
when I
it's
was
definitely gotten.
yeah, when I was a freshman in high school, Ambrose used to tease me about cuffing my jeans because that was apparently like a quote unquote gay thing to do.
Why were you calling them a closet gay? Come on now. What the
I mean,
hell?
was I wrong?
Okay, they
Was
weren't
I-
wrong.
I
They were
wasn't wrong.
Actually,
They were
hold on, because they're half. They're bi.
Okay.
Half.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to say half.
You're like 50% right.
50% right?
Yeah.
I mean...
Hey, but you know what? That's still a win.
Yeah.
That's still in the win
I
column.
still took one to that.
alright.
But no, but I think it's great that you can. Half the time I end up complimenting guys on their skirts and then asking them where they bought it. Because,
Yeah.
damn, I'm kind of jealous.
I do that all the time.
Or your nails. Like, who did your nails? Like,
Yeah.
I'm never going to do it because I'm not talented, but I'm going to try, you know. And I think it's cool that there is that more of acceptance. Okay, I'm going to ask you this. You can answer, but I already know your answer. Do you feel that your job was welcoming?
Which one? I've had a few.
Well, that's why I'm asking you, because I know how many they've had. And then I'll let you answer if you want for shits and giggles.
Okay, so
Okay.
my first job, I worked at a lovely little restaurant chain called Bob Evans.
Woo, old people!
Yeah,
Oh.
so I think you can imagine, old country cooking, the main audience that I would get as a hostess is old white people.
Yep.
A lot of the time it was like creepy old men who came in alone. So I think if I was openly gay, their little, I think, infantilization of me and fetishization of me being a younger 16-year-old would have definitely shattered their little mindset there. So
Kind of wish you had now.
yeah,
Sorry.
me
Go
too.
ahead.
So I think if I was openly gay, their perception of me would have definitely been ruined, and they would have been unhappy.
Do you think that they would have complained to get you fired? That's a legit question.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay, that's
Honestly,
not cool.
yeah.
All right.
Older people have no qualms with complaining.
Trust me, I know.
No qualms whatsoever.
I know.
Yeah. And then my second job was in office, and my mom's best friend was my boss, so naturally, like,
You kinda
yeah, I knew that I was welcome and included there.
Yeah. That next job, though.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay,
You had
so
you had a bitch of a manager,
I,
right?
I wonder.
Aren't you glad to be away from them?
Saved her. Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
goodness.
Yeah, the tea shop though, it was. I think honestly everyone there
Yeah.
was alphabet squad.
Right. Like nobody
yeah,
cared.
Little
Yeah.
was
no
a
one
fruitcake.
cared, yeah.
Everybody was a
Like,
fruitcake.
Everybody had something going on.
Yeah.
Different
everyone-
flavors
yeah.
of fruits.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. And now here, obviously, the same bitchy manager. Oh my god.
Look, you didn't have to follow me.
Yeah, here I definitely am included. I know
You
that
feel
for a
way
fact,
more-
Yes. Yeah.
We're also a little closer to St. Pete.
Yeah.
Go ahead and answer shits and giggles.
Okay.
All right.
So obviously the last manager, a total like a-hole, absolutely despised her. Like, ugh, gross.
Right? God, just damn. Not cool.
No. But yeah, so me and Alex actually both worked at the tea shop, but yeah, at the tea shop, everyone there was like, like, most likely, definitely, I was a fruitcake, yeah.
Yeah, like nobody was normal there, and they hated it. By the way, they couldn't get used to calling you your thing.
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Don't say anything else. Just say it was a tea shop. Move on.
It was a tea
Yep,
shop.
just move on.
So, yeah, and then the job that I have here, obviously, same crappy old manager, ugh.
Are we gonna let him in on the joke?
Okay, yeah, probably.
Would you like to let him in?
Like,
So,
what?
who is your manager?
You.
All right. That's why I was like, go ahead, let him in on the joke, because they're gonna think we hate this person. But so, So do you? Is that something you worry about in the future?
Having the same crappy manager that...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Today's your last. No, I'm kidding. No, like other jobs. Like you won't always. Not to be rude.
Yeah.
You can't follow me forever. You do eventually want to go to college and other places.
Darn.
That's y'all's fault. No.
But furthering our education.
Right? Oh my God! You want to be smart? Florida. You still got your teeth. You're ahead of the game. Sorry.
I mean, that's all you, Ambrose.
We know-
I'm
You're out. You're
yeah,
out. I know.
I'm no longer
I'll be
a
lucky
Florida
if you ever
resident
come
of
back.
August. I will come back, Judy.
You better
No,
come
you
back. You have to
won't.
work for me every now and then.
No, she
Yes, I
won't.
will.
She won't come
I
back.
don't know.
I cannot afford real estate in New York.
Wait
I
long
am
enough.
from Florida.
They'll all die. No, that's Florida too, though. But no,
jeez.
like, do you worry about your future jobs? Like,
I honestly think it depends on the field that you're going into. Me
Okay.
and Ambrose here are going to be art majors. Well, me specifically art history, Ambrose music, more specifically choir. So it's
I mean, yeah, you're not to be
Yeah.
rude, but yours is dominated.
Huh?
Your field is
Oh,
dominated.
yeah, no, my field is definitely
You're completely
dominated.
dominated, which is cool. But how
Yeah.
do you feel?
I think there are some aspects of the art field that are definitely male dominated, like more the business aspects, like curating and actually like directing museums and things.
Yeah.
I personally want to be a conservator, and I feel
Why?
like
You want people to see this shit later?
yeah, I know.
Just checking.
You know, what are 500-year-old paintings? Like, what do they have to do with this?
Nobody even pays attention to history anymore.
I know.
Literally. Go
I
ahead.
But
feel
I
them
would
with
say
the
that
managers.
field is.
Why am I not surprised?
I would say that field is kind of evening out
Yeah.
with like male, female,
So you feel
queer
better about
people.
it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel better about it anyway. Like, I'm me.
You're gonna do you. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, which is
I'm
great
me.
because some people aren't quite so confident, or as we like to put it, some kind of other energy. Yeah, man, you're not. Apparently, you're not on my level, but you're getting there.
But
Still
I
working on
definitely-
yours. Still working on yours.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's a whip.
yes. So
It's
I
something.
definitely think like no matter where I go in the art field, like I will be included in some type of way. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's all around inclusive like Ambrose's field is quite yet.
Yeah.
But it's definitely getting there. It's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
getting there. The art field is definitely a comfort zone for many queer people. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no offense, yeah. But I think also the cool thing, especially with both your fields, because it is a form of expression, is that you do get to express yourself, and you do feel like yourself,
Yeah.
because whatever you paint, nobody can tell you you're wrong.
Exactly.
Whatever you sing, they might tell you you're out of tune, but you can keep doing it.
yeah, and like the whole point.
All right, look, that is still the bird from Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
I do not care. Is it Scully? That is still Scully from the Little Mermaid. I don't. And that song that used to play at the tea shop, that was the damn bird. See, that was the bird.
Yes.
You know, it was
Dude
so
was,
bad, like
screaming the whole time.
like the whole time, and I'm like, it's a bird. It is a bird. Yeah.
But like, definitely, like the whole point of art is to make people uncomfortable and to make them think
Yes.
outside of their usual thinking zone.
Absolutely.
So I definitely think that like queer people can go there to make people uncomfortable and to force them into their own perspective.
Yeah, you have to force a conversation.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's not necessarily one that you always
Exactly.
want.
So definitely like both of our fields are places for like even queer youth and queer people to go to express
Absolutely.
themselves, to kind of make people listen.
Yeah.
And that's a comfort to I think both of us.
Yeah.
To know that like we have that support system going on into our careers.
And it is cool that you have a support system beyond yourselves, or beyond your friends, or beyond your family. You know that somewhere out there you will meet someone.
Yeah.
Whether it's your asshole of a manager that you currently have, or your friends, or your family, or your new roommates that you both met, that you're both kind of excited about.
All of my roommates are gay.
Yeah.
All of
And you're
We're
in
both
a,
in-
so what did you... Yours was a certain specific... What did you pick?
So I signed up for gender inclusive housing,
That's
so
it,
I would be
same
housed
here.
with...
So you did too.
yeah,
Okay, I didn't know
yeah,
that. Okay,
so
sorry.
we'd be housed with like fellow queer people or people who didn't want to be assigned to their federally assigned genders.
Got it.
So my roommates, I have a non-binary person from India coming to live with me and a lesbian from Maryland. So
Very
it's gonna
nice.
be a
And
hoot.
you over here?
Oh, okay. So all of us are actually from Florida. We're just from different parts.
You'll have to get out more.
Yeah,
Come
no.
on, Ambrose.
Yeah, I'm currently the farthest one away from the school. So that's...
They all live in South Florida? Don't say what school. Just they all live... God, you...
One was
Good.
15 minutes away.
And they're still in a dorm?
Yep.
Man, their parents have money.
people.
Yeah,
yeah.
their parents do got money.
Right? I'm just like, okay, I used to
Yeah.
live in that area. No.
Yeah. So we're all fruitcake.
Okay.
3 out of, well, technically all fit under the umbrella term of like being trans. We're all trans. We all qualified for gender inclusive living.
Okay.
But yeah, we're, like 3 of us are non-binary,
Now,
and then the other
explain
one's
that
trans.
though. The trans.
Okay.
Explain that.
So, I personally, whenever I think of trans, I
Okay.
always think of transitioning.
Got it.
Like, you always, like, if you're transitioning
Well, yeah,
from male to
transgender,
female...
it's... So, yeah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that trans doesn't always have to go with gender.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you can
Yeah.
just be transitioning. Like, I'm technically considered trans if there's a box that says, oh, female, male, trans, and there's
That's you.
no non-binary option, it's always going to be trans, because
I
I'm
got you.
technically transitioned.
Okay. And then, so... And you use the word queer. Is that a preferred term?
No, I think it's just like a good
'Cause I remember-
umbrella term for talking about like
Okay.
any sort of kind of gay person. Because
Yeah.
like gay can mean many things. It can mean trans. It can mean bisexual. It can mean like
The
you're,
not to be rude,
yeah,
but the
you're
alphabet.
bi-curious. Like I
Yeah.
think queer is just like a good way. Even if people think that like naming their sexuality is a little outdated, like you can just say you're queer and people
Yeah.
won't question
Yeah.
it.
Yes. But see, again, older... That was a derogatory term.
Yeah.
That was absolutely a derogatory term. So I think it's great that people are claiming it back for what they want.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Do you get upset when someone calls you queer?
No.
No?
No.
You? Okay.
It depends on the context. 'Cause
Right.
I
Yeah,
have,
yeah.
I
Right.
have had someone, like, this was in middle school, who, like it was horrible. I
Yeah.
had a girl, like, walk up to me and she, like, straight up just was like, like, she called me the F slur, that, and she was
Oh.
like, you're a
Okay.
queer. And I was like, oh, okay.
I wonder how
And then
she's
I called
doing
her,
now.
I called her fish lips and walked away.
That wins. That
She looked like a fish. I said, okay, fish lips, I don't
That-
care. Turn around and change.
wins. Absolutely. That wins.
Yeah, it's a
and you did
joke.
it without being violent. Good job. I
Yeah.
would not have handled it
Shattered
that
her
way.
ego.
But yeah,
I can
that's
see that.
exactly
Yeah, no, I was like in 8th grade. This little 6th grader was walking up to me.
This is a 6th grader?
Yes.
Oh my god, the
Dude,
audacity.
balls. Yeah. Well, see, and that's why I asked you, like, what do you prefer to be called? Because I know that some things used to be derogatory. some things used to be not where, like, you would prefer a cis person to say them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I asked, like, what do you guys, you know?
I don't know. I think, honestly, queer, like, when I talk to my mom sometimes, she still has, like, issues or, like, is hesitant to say, like, gay or bisexual and, like, naming it out. So I think, like, queer would be, like, a good just word to kind of cover all the bases. Yeah.
I got you. And see, I'll be honest, I have a more hard time saying queer just because it was derogatory when I was growing up. You didn't say that.
I mean,
I'd rather
like,
call
so
you
is gay, so
I'd rather call you gay, I'd rather call you bi, a lesbian, whatever you want. But queer was always that word you didn't say, like the N word to a white person.
Yeah.
You don't say that.
Nope.
That's not your term. So that's why I'm like, do you mind that people call you that now?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like, I don't know, for some people, especially down here, I think actually naming the sexuality or, like, the preference is a little bit harder than just to say an umbrella term.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, people down here just don't like to be specific.
Yeah,
I think it makes them a little more uncomfortable.
It's more uncomfortable to actually say it.
Yeah, so I think definitely, like, queer or even gay in some circumstances might be a good just...
And I remember when I was little, gay was also a derogatory term. And so that's why I'm like...
There still is, honestly.
Which, it is. But
not
also
to
it's...
the extent.
No, I mean, people don't throw it around like you're...
Yeah, but like,
oh, you're gay. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. But it's still... So that's why I'm always like, I'll just ask you, and Ambrose can attest this. What do you want? What do you want to be called? What do you want me to do? What are we doing?
Oscar the Grouch.
And that... Oscar it is. I'm going to buy you a trash can.
Yeah.
But no, and I also think that as a person who... I guess it would be an alliance, right? Okay, so explain an alliance really quick. Go ahead.
Okay, so an ally is basically someone who... So, someone who supports gay people or, like, knows or understands the struggle.
Yeah.
You can't exactly relate, and that's okay, but you try your best to understand. It's like, if you have a relative or a sibling with, like, mental health issues, like, you personally aren't mentally ill, but like,
you
you
relate
can
to it,
understand their struggle and where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And you empathize with them.
Yeah. So, ally, and that's fine. And I think that more people are coming to that.
Yeah.
I think that since, even the Pope said,
yeah,
love is love.
Yeah.
I think that it's coming around to that. I don't think it's as derogatory. I think that there's been great strides in it. I think you'll always be fighting against something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you. You'll always fight against somebody who's, and I can say this, some inbred Southern hick who didn't know no better, and Mama told him so.
Yeah.
And you'll always deal with that. But oh God.
I don't care who your daddy is.
Oh God.
I'm gonna say what I want to say.
And then you just look at them and you say, "Oh, bless your heart."
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh, bless your heart, darling. You're just so special. And any Southerner probably just got that. But yeah.
Octogenarian.
Yeah,
That's what
right.
I'm gonna call
Oh
them.
God. Oh, but I think it's great that you guys are being who you are. I think it's great that you've come to realize who you are. I know that there's a lot of people who are my age who still don't know what they want or who they are, or because they were raised in some family will never admit it. And I think that's the worst. I think it's worse when you don't get to be who you are. I think it's worse living a lie. So I think it's really cool that you guys are out there. I think it's brave that you guys are out there. Yes, I just called you brave.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, they're blushing.
I'm not gonna lie though, I was a little nervous to go to Pride this year, just with everything that's going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
But
I mean,
still went,
yeah, you did. You had fun. You got your flags.
Yes.
Everybody got their flags.
Okay, so
All right.
the main thing I was going for Pride for, a non-binary flag.
Yep.
And then the talk to cute people.
Did you
in that order?
Did you accomplish both?
I accomplished one.
All right. No
and it
cute
was
people?
getting the no
cute people.
No.
I mean, I heard about the thing you couldn't get in, but no cute people.
I you know, I was
So do you know me?
no, I was excited with my
I
flag.
wasn't thinking of you. You weren't going to talk to a wall.
Okay.
You no cute people.
No. I'm pretty sure everyone thought that because me and Alex went to Pride together.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure everyone thought we were dating.
You were taken. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. You know what? Next time we'll all go together, and I'll stand with Alex, and you be you, and you just go off.
I'll press up like the flowers and like talk to random groups and be like,
and then me and Alex will stand there and be like, "Do you see her shoes? Do you see her dress?
Yep.
See, I'm not wrong. I know it."
Yep.
But no, I think it's really cool. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Growing up in Florida, growing up the way you did, do you want to give any words of encouragement? Do you want to tell anybody to F off without naming names? You know what I mean? Like, is there anything you want to say that you have never gotten the chance to say? Go for it. Go ahead. By the way, this is going to be podcast. It will be on the internet for forever.
For
So
forever. Nice.
Honestly,
Say what you want to say.
To address the major thing going on in Florida now, the Don't Say Gayville, it's going to be inevitable that teachers and especially students and the younger students and the younger generations growing up, they're going to want to express themselves. So trying to put like a cork in that inevitably going to break bottle,
I hope it shatters.
It's just a disaster
spectacularly.
waiting to happen. So yeah, I definitely think that's
Yeah.
a little stupid.
Okay.
I don't think it's a little. I think it's very stupid.
Okay. I was trying to be nice.
No, it's so stupid.
I don't think that's anybody's business.
It really
Personally, I don't.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It really-
that's my take on it.
It really isn't. Like, I've already heard, like, from my roommates, like, they've already told me, like, oh, yeah, I've already had one of my gay teachers have to, like, be told to put away, like, pictures of their, like, same-sex relationship.
Yeah, other
Yeah.
partner, spouse. There you
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
Like, of their same-sex relationship, they had to put away, like, photos of them together or, like, take down things that were related to, like...
Well, when Florida loses teachers and they can't figure out why, there's one reason.
Yep.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's the great, what is it? The great, where people are leaving their jobs, the resignation, great resignation.
The
You'll
great
find something else.
resignation.
Enjoy it. Enjoy life.
Yeah.
Don't be pissed at teachers or parents who don't want to teach their kids and force it all on you and then you
Yeah.
can't be who you are. No, bye.
Nope. Yeah, no, I personally find it, like, that's so stupid, and it's the fact that, like...
I think it honestly stems from ignorance.
Yeah.
It definitely stems from
Well,
ignorance.
yeah,
like
old
that.
ass white people.
Yep, the nurture
And I
versus
can
nature.
say that as a white person. I was raised in the South. I can say that as a white person.
For
There's
context,
some-
me and Ambrose are both from Hispanic descent.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, as a purely white, redheaded child, God, really got it going there. No, there are some inbred. Mama said
Yeah.
it's been this way for 40 years. I ain't changing
Yeah.
it. Sunset towns, sundown
That's all-
towns,
yeah.
these still exist.
Yep.
So I think it's ignorance, but I
Yeah.
think that the ignorance has the high vote.
Yeah, it's
Sadly.
it's honestly like I see people talking like, oh, we don't support pronouns, but little did they know she, her, and he, him are pronouns.
Like-
And I think
Yeah,
it's
like-
that ignorance that they come from.
Did
and
you-
they always think that they're right? That
I know what it is. They didn't get past 5th grade.
I know, right?
They didn't get no past 5th grade because you know you got to learn pronouns. You got to do writing class in like 7th grade.
Yep.
Or at least I did.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to learn pronouns, your verbs, your adjectives. These are all things, and you're right. It's people don't, or they forgot it, or it doesn't apply to them. That's the big one. I
Yeah.
think is that well that doesn't apply to me. Are you a she?
Are you just it? Like, do you want to be called a you? Hey, you? Like,
It
Hey, you.
applies to
Yeah.
you.
Like, start snapping in
it
them, like...
is a form and expression of
Snap at me and see what
individuality.
happens.
Yeah.
Snap in their face, pat their lap, like, come here, come here!
Come here.
Shoot 'em like a... Do a little whistle.
Oh, I know what it is. Their pronouns bitch. That's
Got it. That works,
yeah,
that works.
there you go. And I am thinking of so many people I've met in the South or that
Yeah.
lives near my mama that I'm like,
I don't know.
that's your pronoun.
I also think it's like maybe like a thing with like nationalism and things like, oh, you're a patriot, so it's your country, and you kind of lack that individuality because you're part of a group in your country, the great state of America, and it's like you want to kind of throw away your own individuality, hence your pronouns,
Which is
she, her,
literally
he,
what
him,
this
to be part of the greater
stupid ass
thing.
country was founded on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and I just
That's my only comment.
yeah, your
Mhm.
right to fight for who you are, and they're literally stripping.
Well,
that
here's
away.
what I say, and this will go along with that. And I wasn't gonna go here, but I'm gonna go here 'cause she said it. You want me to fight for you? You better let me be who I'm gonna be. So I'm gonna die for you. I'm gonna die for who I was.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But no, I think you're right, and that's why I think it's brave of you guys to both want to change that. Anything for you? You want to say anything?
I'm good.
Nothing?
I said my 2 cents.
Okay.
Like, it's
I'm
just-
giving you. That's what I said.
Just
You got
go
anything you want to
vote.
say? Whatever you want to say.
How am I talking more than you? This is strange.
This
I don't
is
know.
strange,
It is
yeah,
really
'cause
weird.
I'm like, Alex has got it.
I'm not gonna lie, talking to a phone is a little weird.
That's why
Talking
my
to a
first
mic.
podcast sounded like,
Be you. Don't feel pressure to just be whoever, like, be you. Do not be pressured. Do not have someone like, well, they're already like 3 steps ahead. Shut up. They don't care. They don't matter. They're not you.
Yeah, but they might go back. They might change their mind.
Exactly.
You don't know.
Exactly.
Your race is your own.
I have probably switched my pronouns like
Oh,
400
goodness.
times.
Maybe like
No.
4 times
No.
in the
No.
This year.
No, because...
But that's okay. That's okay.
No, since last year, I've been she, her, she, they, them, he, they, like, on and out from he, they, they, them several times. I was like, he, him, 1 point. I was like, no, absolutely not.
Not all the way.
No.
Not all the way.
And I went back to they, he, and I was like, what? And then I went they, them again, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, we're good with that.
It's a work in progress. It takes time. Like, I've been doing this for... almost 3 years now, so it takes time. It's not gonna like just
don't compare yourself to other people.
Yep.
That's your race. That's not theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, that reminds me. I've been out for almost a year. 1 year anniversary.
Oh my god!
Congrats.
How many years has it been? Since like the 3rd grade.
Say, how old are you?
Oh my god, almost 10 years.
There you go. Congrats.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Awesome. Yay.
Be who you are. Don't listen to other people who tell you otherwise, and do your research and go out and vote. You know.
Go.
Find friends. Make
Yes.
friends. Make your own family.
Yes.
Anything else, guys?
I think that close
Y'all
to
are
it.
good? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening this week. Thank you, Alex and Ambrose. As always, a pleasure. If you guys want to contact me, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, email, you'll find some way. Oh, I do have a fun Florida man story, though, and you guys can laugh in the background. I saw this. This is funny. A guy went into a Florida bar, said he was the Undertaker, and tried to tombstone the bartender.
Like-
Florida man on point. Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep. That's your Florida man story for this week. Florida man thought he was the Undertaker. And he even had the eyeliner on.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. No, he had...
serious.
Oh, he was black
serious.
hair, middle-aged man.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was something. All right, but thanks for listening this week, guys.